Jim, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel really good, yes.
Well, let me ask you...
So could Keith take a shortcut to lasting happiness by increasing his dopamine with some of Richard Depu's drugs?
Between 8 and 9, yeah.
Just a pill that activates dopamine, for instance, is not going to give you a sense of happiness over time. It's setting goals, working towards those goals. It's all of these kinds of experiences that go into a sense of incentive happiness, for instance.
The second type of goal-related happiness comes at the end, when the goal is reached and can be ticked off the list. It's called gratification euphoria and is linked to a rush of endorphins, the same brain chemicals that give a high during exercise. By the end of each day, the volunteers are ripe for another vital ingredient of the happiness recipe, a good night's sleep.
A person who is a happier kind of person is more likely to sleep better, and a person who has better sleep, that better sleep is more likely to actually produce increased happiness. So it's a kind of feedback system that does go both ways.
Dawn's steady progress continued until halfway through the course. Then suddenly her feel-good factor plummeted dramatically. She sent the production team a fax.
Unfortunately, I don't feel that I can continue with this project. The last couple of weeks have been of some benefit, but this last week has been a nightmare. I know this is a huge pain, but I'm sure that you'll just be able to edit me out of things. I didn't intend to waste anyone's time, but I never expected it to be quite so exhausting. With sincerest apologies to Dawn. I felt like I was being cajoled into things that I didn't really think would make me particularly happy. And I don't know, maybe I was using that as an excuse, I don't know. Robert seemed to think I might be. He said that I was maybe frightened to take the last step. But he said he knew I couldn't go back to the way of life before. So I had to go on or disappoint myself by jacking it all in.
When did they wash? Washed it this afternoon, I think.
Things are very different for Caroline. Her feel-good factor is soaring, and she is working hard trying to stop feeling a martyr to her mother.
I've got to dismiss a lot of how she feels about things. I know she's my mother. I still have my life, and I'm going to have my life now. And so the way is forward, definitely. Most definitely forward. For me. Not for her. She's got me here in any case. So, put it there, Mother. Doesn't matter. She won't know. She'll just know that I'm not shouting at her so much. Throwing things at her. Swinging around by her hair.
In the last 2 weeks of the course, the volunteers were asked to take up a new leisure activity or hobby. There's a serious reason behind it.
To relax, to rewind, to release tension is terrific. To be able to meditate perhaps, to enjoy relaxation exercises, enjoy a walk in the park, go out to play even. All of these things I think can create a great balance in our life, without which I think happiness feels a long way off.
After considerable soul-searching, Dawn resumed her quest for happiness. She also took up her sketchpad again for the first time in 15 years.
Yes, the first dance we're going to do is the Linton.
The volunteers were now ready for their final fling, led by Professor Michael Argyle in what he believes is an infallible route to happiness.
I recently found that dancing, rather amusingly, seems to give more joy than any other leisure activity that I've studied. For a rather simple reason, I think. It involves exercise, which itself is very a source of positive emotion. It involves music, which can produce any emotion whatever. And it involves contact, cooperative contact with other people. So those three bundled together are quite an important package.
So, it's fun. I didn't think it would be fun, but it is.
Well, it beats fishing, that's for sure.
Yes, I shall definitely be doing it again. Heaven help Harrogate.
At the end of the 8 weeks, they all reported spectacular success. Caroline has improved beyond all expectations, but the credibility of QED's course rests on whether her brain has been transformed into that of a naturally happy person. What would the EEG show?
Caroline, what we have here are the two depictions of your brain activity. Before the training, you had a pattern associated with mild negative emotion. After the training, when we assessed you, the pattern shifted dramatically. You can see the score here is at the limit of what we display on the page. This would be associated with a very extreme score.
In plain English, Caroline's brain is now one of the
high
happiest
positive
Davidson has ever seen.
And so that would indicate that the happiness training changes not just your subjective feelings, but it literally changes how your brain functions.
Very much so. It's just amazing.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself,
That's because his trousers are too tight.
what a wonderful world.
I'm very pleased with Keith, Dawn and Caroline. But I'm really excited about their futures. I can see all of them taking steps into a more full life than ever before, a more creative life, more honest, more loving, and seizing the moment a little bit more. So I'm excited for them as well.
CAC, couple of coffee.
Where's your nails today?
I came into it wanting to make a success of it because it was important. And I feel very, very happy how much of a success for myself and how I feel about things. I'm very happy, yeah.
Hi.
Well, it's certainly been a bit of an eye-opener, I suppose. It's calmed me down probably a little bit more. Probably taught me a lot more tolerance. You know, you've got to share both the good times and the bad times and not just think of yourself all the time, which is probably what I've done in 9 out of 10 relationships over the years. So I think that really is the biggest relief out of that. I think it's a major one for me, for sure.
You're going to change your job, are you?
I seem to be a little bit more at peace with myself since we started this. And I've drawn the conclusion that I've always expected other people to change my life and never taken control of it myself. And this year I have. And I'm sure that I've gained some confidence.
What a wonderful world.
These are enormous changes that I never expected to happen. When I started the program in January, I thought it was just going to be a huge hoot, and it became hugely serious, and I wasn't expecting that at all.
What a wonderful world.
As I said before, I thought it was just going to be a laugh, and it became a life changer, which is really weird.
What a wonderful